Most people think spending money fast is a money problem, but it is not. It is a psychology problem because money is emotional. People do not just spend money, they spend feelings, they spend stress, they spend excitement, they spend insecurity, and until you understand this, you will never control it. Every time you buy something, your brain releases dopamine, that small feeling of pleasure, that excitement, that satisfaction, and your brain remembers it. So it wants more. That is why spending becomes addictive, not because of the item, but because of the feeling. Many people spend money when they feel something strong, sadness, stress, boredom. Buying something feels like relief, even if it is temporary. But here is the problem. The feeling disappears and the habit stays. People who spend money fast often struggle with the one thing, patience. They want to feel better now, not later. So instead of waiting, they buy something. And for a moment, it works, but only for a moment. Buying something creates a sense of control. I chose this, I got this, I own this. In a world that feels unpredictable, spending feels like power, but it is temporary power. People do not spend it alone. They are influenced by friends, by social media, by lifestyle comparisons. They see others living a certain way and they feel pressured to match it, even if they cannot afford it. Sometimes people spend money to become someone, to look successful, to feel important, to fit in, because deep down they are trying to build an identity. Fast spenders often blur the line between what they need and what they want. Everything starts to feel necessary, and this leads to constant spending. If you do not track your money, you lose control of it. Many fast spenders do not fully understand how much they earn, how much they spend, where their money goes, and without awareness, there is no control. We live in a fast world. Everything is instant: food, entertainment, information. Some people expect money habits to be the same: spending now, enjoy now. But long-term success does not work that way. Spending fast often comes from avoiding something: the future. Saving requires thinking ahead. Planning requires discipline. But spending is easy. Some people choose easy. For some people, spending is escape. Escape from problems, escape from stress, escape from reality. But escaping does not solve anything. It only delays it. Here is how the cycle works. It starts from feeling suffering, spending money, feel better, regret, repeat. And over time, this becomes a habit, a dangerous one. It is not always big purchases, it is small ones. Daily spending, unplanned spending, repeated spending, and slowly it adds up. Everything changes when you become aware. When you stop and ask, why am I spending this? That question alone can change your behavior. Comes a moment when you finally see it, not just the spending, but the patterns, the same choices, the same feelings, the same regrets, again and again. And in that moment, you understand something powerful. It was never about the money, it was about you. Every fast spender has triggers, moments that push them to spend: stress, burden, loneliness, pressure. And most of the time, they don't even notice it, they just react. But the moment you recognize your triggers, you gain control. There is one simple habit that can change everything: pause. Before you spend, pause. Take a breath, wait a moment, think. Ask yourself, do I really need this? That small pause breaks the automatic habit. You don't have to say no immediately, just delay. Tell yourself, I will decide tomorrow. And something interesting happens. The urgency disappears, the emotion fades, and clarity returns. You must learn this. Not everything needs a purchase. Feeling stressed does not mean to buy something. Feeling bored does not mean to spend money. Feeling sad does not mean escape through shopping. Feel the emotion, but don't fund it. Your brain still wants pleasure, so give it a better option. Instead of spending, reward yourself differently. Go for a walk, listen to music, work on something meaningful. Train your brain to feel good without spending. Awareness creates control. Start tracking your money, every expense, every habit, every patterns. Because when you see the truth clearly, you cannot ignore it. Change does not happen overnight. You don't go from spending everything to saving everything. You start small. One decision, one day, one habit. And slowly it builds. This is the most important shift. Stop saying, I'm bad with money. Start saying, I'm someone who controls money. Because your identity shapes your behavior. Every time you spend, you are choosing something and losing something else. You are choosing today over your future. So ask yourself, is this worth my future? Saving is not existing. It is quiet. It does not give instant pleasure, but it gives something deeper. Security, freedom, peace. And those things last longer than any purchase. If you struggle with spending, you are not weak. You are a human. Your brain is designed to seek pleasure, but you are also capable of change. Change begins with a decision, not a big one, a simple one. I will be more aware. I will pause. I will improve. And from that moment, everything starts to shift. Imagine yourself 1 year from now, more disciplined, more controlled, more stable. No stress about money, no regret after spending. That version of you is possible, but it depends on what you do today. So if you feel like you spend money too fast, listen carefully. You are not stuck, you are not broken. You are simply unaware of your own patterns. But now, you see it. And once you see it, you can change it. So slow down. Think before you spend. Choose your future. Respect your money. Because one day you will thank yourself, not for what you bought, but for what you saved.